Hello and welcome! This character profile video is for the class Sura, and what you'll see is all of his skills, the top 8 PVE and PVP skills that I recommend, his skill combos, enhancements, player card, and a gameplay video. So, without further ado, I give you the class Sura. Here we go. And welcome to the skills slide. If this is your first time on my character profile videos, allow me to introduce the interface. On the left is all of his skills, on the far right is all the specials that go with his skills, and then the column charges is how many times he can use the skill, and the hits column is how many times the skill will hit a creature or another player's character. And then the column damage-PVE is the highest percentage damage that skill will do against a creature in the world. And damage-PVP is the highest percentage damage that skill will do against another player's character. And of course you have the passive at the bottom. So a few things to mention here, and that is the red text over in specials section. Is like super armor is at the bottom left corner. It's not applied in arena. Everywhere else in the game it'll work, but when you step into arena it just won't work for you there. So if you want to know where you can use your super armor in arena, the PvP slide that I'll get to will answer that question. So another thing is on the left hand side where the column for skill, the 3 skills in green, they connect to your passive. So that's what that's all about. And that is about it. So take a moment to look at this. And when you're ready, we'll move on to the top 8 PvE skills that I recommend. Here we go. And welcome to the PvE slide. So what I've done is I've organized all the skills according to the column of damage-PVE, from the highest percentage at the top all the way down to the lowest at the bottom. And let's go ahead and knock a few other things out of the way. The reason why that section is green is because we can only take 8 skills into the game world at a time. So these are the 8 that I'm recommending. And now for the, as they say, the elephant in the room. Why does the numbers for the column of damage-PVE look very odd? And that is because for Shadow Break, let's see, After Image, Twin Dragon, and Blade Storm, they all have something special. If you look at the special section, you'll see, let's take Shadow Break at the top for example. It does all those things, and the very last thing says increases damage by 10% when hit point drops below to 70% or lower. So what I've done is I've taken the damage, the initial damage, which is the one you see on the left, and then I did 10% of that and added it to it, so that's the range. This is the potential of Shadow Break, is to start out with this, but if your opponent gets the drop on you and your health is lower than 70%, then you can expect your damage to go up to this high of a percentage. So once again, Shadow Break, After Image, Twin Dragon, and Blade Storm are those skills that will increase for you when your hit points are low. So the other thing is, no, actually that was it. Sorry about that. So I got a little eager to talk about the PvP, but that's the next slide. So take a moment to look at everything here, and when you're ready, we'll move on to the top 8 PvP skills that I recommend. Here we go. And welcome to the PvP slide. So what I've done is I've taken all the skills and I've organized it according to the column of damage-PVP, from the highest percentage at the top all the way down to the lowest at the bottom. And you already know about why the section is green. and you know about the red in super armor and what that means. So let's go ahead and answer a few questions. One, what super armor can I use in arena if you're telling me that the ones in red won't work? I am pleased to tell you that Shadow Break, your highest damaging skill, does allow you to use super armor in arena. And if you want to move on to the next one down, Blinding Slash also allows you super armor. This is nice for him to have his top 2 skills in PvP give you super armor. Yeah, that is worth checking this guy out right there. Now there is one more down the list. It's all the way towards the bottom. It's called Shadow Strike, and you are allowed to use super armor in there. So there's 3 to consider, but my bet is on Shadow Break. It might be a little tough because of its movement. So now what I want to do now is talk about the passive. I'm gonna cover it and just read it and all of that. I know that if you see my previous video for Sura, I kind of went on a rant on the issues that are in this section. So for all you people out there who use Sura, don't let this get you down. He is an exceptional character to play, and come on, a guy with 6 swords, you know, that should scream, you might want to leave me alone. I got 6 swords. So the passive is called Desire to Kill, and I kind of reworded this part right here. The passive activates when using 80 MP, that's the blue bar below your health. When that occurs, you also recover 20 MP when using all your skills, so any of your skills, and the first skill's damage when your passive is active is 50% when in stealth. So the additional attack and flow will not be applied, so just be aware of that when you're in stealth. Now, to the right of it, what happens is for Shadow Break, you get an additional attack, 150% more damage, 50% more damage for PvP, but super armor is not applied during the additional attack, so just be aware. For Twin Dragon, you get increased attack speed. For Blade Storm, you get increased attack range, and this is the one that just didn't get fixed. Just to bring it to your attention, and that is Shadow Fang. Well, here's the news. There is no skill called Shadow Fang. Let's look at the skill list. You have Shadow Break, you have Shadow Cloak, and Shadow Strike. And if you take the other word Fang, you have one thing, Twin Fang. So my guess is that the 2 additional hits is probably connected to Twin Fang, and this is just a text issue. Those of you who want to enjoy this character or main him, you will know what the 2 additional hits are applied to. My guess really is Twin Fang, so instead of 6 hits, it goes to 8 hits. How would you know that? You take a creature that you damage and kind of observe how much health he loses and get your passive activated and see if you do more damage. Would be the only way I can think of to verify that Twin Fang is the skill that they're trying to tell us gets 2 additional hits. So, now that that's been said, I have a video for you. I want to show you my best try at activating the passive. And once again, not trying to get you down, just trying to educate you on what you will see when you're enjoying this character. So give me a moment, let me cue up that video. Here we go. And here we are. So, got our Sura, and kind of zoomed in with the camera a little bit. Whoops. So we're gonna move them around, and these are the guys that we're gonna mess around with. So it's them, and here are the skills on the right hand side. It is Shadow Break, the next one is Blade Storm, and then Twin Dragon. And Shadow Break is supposed to get that additional attack. So that's what we're shooting for. And the blue bar here is the MP bar, and it says that it activates when using 80 MP. So believe it or not, out of all of your skills, even though it doesn't say it, Blade Storm and Twin Dragon uses MP. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to lower my MP as much as I possibly can to see that additional attack for Shadow Break. And as you'll notice, using Shadow Break and thinking that it'll just appear again when my blue bar is low, or leaving it alone and trying to use these two skills to lower the blue bar as low as possible to see a break in it. not to coin the phrase, but another additional attack. And it's possible it's just automatic. I really haven't considered that until just now, that when you use the skill, he will zip along one additional time. I didn't really count it, but that might actually be what has been applied here. So this is what I wanted to show you. There's no visual cue to let you know that your passive is active. There's a lot of really nice things that they say that happen when it is. So with that, let's go ahead and return to the PvP slide. Here we go. And welcome back. Almost didn't want to leave because the music was really rocking out there. So now you have a good idea of the passive and what they're trying to accomplish and what to expect. You visually can see at the bottom what they want to give you. So all I'm saying is if this is your main character, there's so many ways to use Sura that are enjoyable. Don't get hung up on the passive and what is or isn't in there. Look at all that he can do, look at the damage he can do, and the potential. So take a moment to look at everything, and when you're ready, we'll move on to the next slide called Skill Combos. Here we go. And welcome to the Skill Combo slide. So before we show you or tell you how this works, let us show you where you can find it. When you're in the game and you hit the menu screen and go over to the far right where it says Skills, and you tap on that, and now you're on the Skills screen. If you look to the middle and down, you'll see a icon of a magnifying glass with a circle around it, and it will say Skill Combos to the right. Tap on that, and now you're here. It's a small window. It says List of Skill Combos. So what I've done is I've taken all of it and made it in a way that you could print it out. Maybe black and white might be a good choice. Go easy on the color. But print it out or have it on another monitor, so if you're playing on an emulator, and you can enjoy these combos. This is what Pearl Abyss has put together in case you're just throwing your hands up in the air and go, I don't know what to do for combos. Try these right here. Now that you know where to find it, let's tell you how it works. On the left hand side where it's in blue is the skill you would start with, and then the image in between is it chains into, and then the gray is skills you have choices to do next. So at the top for Blinding Slash, it will chain into, and you can do the skill after image or Shadow Break, your choice, but that is a combo that you can do on a creature or another player's character. And Shadow Break, goes into after image, so that to that, and so on and so forth. Looking at this list, I tried to get you a 4-hit combo, but it looks like the best I can see is a 3-hit combo. So here's how it goes. It is... oh gosh, do I remember how it went? Yes, I do. Okay, you start with Blade Storm, and then you choose Shadow Break, and then you'll see the second blue one is Shadow Break, and then it goes to After Image. So Blade Storm, Shadow Break, After Image, and there you have it. If you want to toss in Evasion and then start with Blade Storm, that's not really something shown here, but well, that could be a 4-move combo. So this is how you read this slide. So take a moment to look at this, and when you're ready, we'll move on to the next one called Enhancements. Here we go. And welcome to the Enhancement slide. So first things first, if this is new to you, allow me to introduce the interface. On the left hand side is all of his skills. On the far right hand side are all the branch damage connected to those skills. And there's 4 columns in the center. The first one, second, and fourth, I try to make things that do something for your Sura. The third column, I try to make it things that happen to the creature or player's character that you're fighting. So it's the general layout. Doesn't always work out that way, but that's how that works. So let's go over a few things. First of all, let's look at Blade Storm. If you look all the way over to the right in the 4th column where it says heal 80 HP per hit, that means that the heal does not work in Path of Glory. So just be aware of that. Anywhere else, when this is unlocked for Blade Storm, he'll heal. Now the other is, why did I color Twin Dragon and After Image red? That is because there's things I want to cover for those 2 skills. Let's start with Twin Dragon. First of all, the second column, it says you can change out forward guard instead of super armor. That's why I colored this red. Is not many PvPers would go for replacing super armor with forward guard. And if you don't know what both of those mean, I'll cover it in the player card slide. Don't worry, it's there. But that's a kind of like a do I really want to do that? And that's the reason why it's red. So let's look at After Image, and I colored that one red more than likely because yes, it is the hits. You get 6 total hits, which is a improvement over After Image original amount of hits that it does. So, and the super armor, doesn't apply in arena, but I wanted to call those 2 to your attention. Now, let's go ahead and get the general thing of enhancements out of the way. You probably are like, what the heck are enhancements? When you go to the skills screen and you tap on one of the skills, you'll see the icon for it immediately to the left. There are other circles around it. Those are enhancements for the skill. So for the one at the top, Blinding Slash, you can enhance it by, when you do the skill, you have to unlock these things, but you can get plus 20 defense for 10 seconds when you use the skill, and you can also unlock having 10% more attack range. Now, I keep saying unlocked because all of these enhancements are either free, or you pay silver to unlock it, or it has a number next to it, a red number. That is a level that you need to get up to get access to unlock that enhancement. And how you do that is in the world of Elion or Hadum, when you fight creatures, you'll get these books. They're skill books. And it's random, but let's give you an example. Let's go back to Blinding Slash and plus 20 defense for 10 seconds. Hey, that's great. I want to unlock that. But the red number next to it says 2. So chances are, when you're out there fighting mobs in Elion and you get these books, you probably need, and this is just an opinion, maybe 2 or 3 books on Blinding Slash, and you'll pay silver, learn it, and get that level up to 2, and now you can unlock it. So that's how it works. Some that are of a higher number, just keep working at it. You will get these skill books, especially when you go into Hadum. They are in treasure chests, and they are a higher quality that allow you to get that level up there quicker. So this is how it works. Take a moment to look at the enhancements, and when you're ready, we'll move on to the next slide called the player card. Here we go. And welcome to the player card. It is like a baseball card. It is all the slides you previously saw, all combined onto one screen. And if you are short on time, you can print this out. Once again, maybe black and white instead of color, because there's a lot of colors going on here. But your option. Usually people who are familiar with my character profile videos and they don't have much time will come over to this section and print this out and look at it, and then come back to the video when they have time to understand all the details. This could be for a new character that came out, or if you simply want to look at somebody else and see what they're like. So let's go ahead and introduce how the interface works. At the top is the top 8 PVE and PVP skills that I recommend. And to the right is something new. It's called Immobilization. Anytime Sura stuns or knocks down or bound, anything like that that just takes the creature or player's opponent off their feet, you're immobilizing them. And what that's showing is that how many skills have an immobilization in green, and then how many of them are there. And if you're wondering why does this even matter, it will become clear as I get to the bottom of this player card. So below that is the skills, and below that is the enhancements. And now you can see the enhancement for after image, where it showed the flow, same damage, additional attack, 6 hits. Look up at the original skill for after image, 3 hits. So unlocking that enhancement or that flow will change the skill to do 6 hits instead of 3. So that's why I colored it red, and that's why I brought it to your attention. Now, below that is the legend of what's not applied in Path of Glory and what's not applied in Arena in red. And below that is the definition for forward guard and super armor if you didn't know. Forward guard, this means that incoming damage will either be 0 or heavily reduced. Think of your character having like a shield in front of them, and a very heavy shield, and if anyone tries to attack you straight on or maybe off to the right or left, this is what will happen. The damage will either be 0 or heavily reduced. But if they get behind you, the damage will be normal. So be aware of that. Now, super armor. This means that incoming damage will be reduced, and effects that immobilize you, like stun, knockdown, freeze, etc., will not happen for a duration of time. Now, this is where the answer lies. When we're in arena and we're fighting each other, I'm trying to do as many skills on you as possible that have immobilizations, and the most number I can get to happen, there's a higher chance that I might get one in when your super armor comes. Come on, everyone in PvP is always refreshing their super armor and having it active as much as possible. So the chance that I'll get an immobilization in only increases when you use skills that give you a lot of immobilizations. And I know I said that word a lot, so let's give you an example. Let's take Shadow Break. It has 2 immobilizations, so let's look at Shadow Break under the skills and go all the way to the right. The immobilization is that it will stun your opponent or the creature you're fighting, or knock them up. Those are the 2 immobilizations. And let's look at the next one, Mountain Fall, and go down to skills where it says Mountain Fall all the way over to the right. And the 2 they're talking about is the knockback on the second hit and bound on the last hit. So there's the 2 right there. In the world of PvP, you want to get your opponent off their feet so they spend the animation to get up and gives you an extra attack. Heck, maybe 2 extra attacks, and that can turn the tide of the fight. So that is why that section is on the player card. So take a moment to look at all this, and when you're ready, the music is going to change and we're going to move into the gameplay video. Here we go. And welcome to the gameplay video. But before we get started, let us show you where we're at. We're over here in Balanos, and we're at Kron Castle entrance. And we're here, well, because we love it here. Their CP is 2519, and ours is 3236. He'll be fine. So the way this works is we'll use this auto path here and have Sura fight for about 2, maybe 3 minutes, at which time we will go back to town. I'll give my outro and say thank you. So, without further ado, I am pleased to present to you Sura. Here we go. Just about time for us to head back to town. There we go. And while the loading screen comes up, allow me to say thank you. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like my videos, please subscribe, like, let people know. I'm always making more videos, and there's so many more to do. So what we're gonna do now is swing the camera around, put our Sura in a pose or like display, and zoom in a bit. Maybe out a little bit. There we go. Alright. And we also want to have him give a wave. I think he has a long wave. So once again, thank you very much for watching this video, and you have a great day. Take care. Bye now.